Hello, welcome to Todd Miller TV. I'm joined here again with Oana. And okay, so we all know that when you sell your house, you are supposed to disclose obvious defects. Right? Okay, but what are some things you should disclose that you might not think of? Like, what are some things that you don't even realize you should be disclosing to somebody? Give us an example.
Anything that runs with the property, and not just with the house, but with the whole property. So an example of this is we live in the desert. So our water district offers money for homeowners to pull out their lawn and put down desert-friendly landscaping, such as rock. So when you do that, and you get compensated, you get money from the water district to do that. When you do that, that actually subordinates the property to that water restriction, meaning no lawn, both for you and for any subsequent owner of the property. So if you go to sell your property, you need to disclose that to the potential buyers, because they need to understand that they also cannot put down a lawn because you took it out and you got paid money for that. Another thing that you have to disclose is, and this is again big here in Las Vegas, is Kitech plumbing. So a lot of homes that were built about 20 years ago or so have Kitech plumbing. Some of that Kitech plumbing has been replaced, and some of it has not. So the homeowner maybe got cashed out for that Kitech plumbing.
$5,000, maybe.
Maybe, sometimes more if the home is larger. And then never did the remediation because they never had any problems with it, never leaked for them. So they thought that was okay, but they need to disclose that to the potential buyer. So anything that runs with the property, whether it's outside, like a front lawn, or inside, like plumbing, any issues with the property, even if it's not a problem, but it's something that a buyer should know that runs with the property, has to be disclosed.
There was one I just read about online where a guy bought a house, and 90% of his property, the only way to access it was through somebody else's property, and the other guy basically cut him off and said, "I'm not giving you access." And he goes, "But I have this easement. I was told when I bought the house I could drive down this road." And the guy goes, "Nope, that's my property. You can't drive on it to get to your property." So he basically bought a property that was like locked off the roads, and that there's no actual way to access the property. Well, we don't. That doesn't. Vegas is the way. It's like we're more of a city, so it doesn't. You're on a street. You don't have like flag lots you see in California, where they build a second house on the back, and you actually have to drive down the driveway to get to the house in the back, and you actually don't own that. You have an easement because technically they own it. And I've seen it where you it looks like a driveway, but they can't park their car there because the people have to be able to drive past it to get to their thing in the back, right? Okay, so. The bottom line is, just because it's not a defect, you should disclose things you know. So if you know that you got paid off money to never put solar on the house, and that you're going to buy the house and put solar on it, but you can't because you made some deal with Nevada Power, I don't know, right, that runs with the property, or anything you bound the property to, whether it be the septic, the lawn, the electrical, the use of the land, like easement rights to Nevada Power, things like that, right? Oh, you have you can always, you have an easement. You should disclose all that if you know. And
as a home buyer, it is your job, not your agent's job, not your home inspector's job. It is your job, the home buyer, to research everything about the property. So know that the power company has an easement and you can't put a pool in the backyard because of the easement. Know everything about that property. No one else is responsible for it because it's no one else's money on the line. It's your money, it's your house. Do your homework. Sorry, buyers, you do have homework.
And so the thing that agents are allowed to say is, we can't do your due diligence. We can't be the source of information, but we can tell you what you might want to do. So if you say, "Hey, there's a vacant lot behind me. Is that going to be a park or is that going to be a Walmart?" We can't say, "Oh, it's going to be a park, don't worry about it." We can say, "You know what you should do? You should call the county, because that's the county's land, and you should ask them what that land's going to be used for, what's it zoned for. You should find out all the information from them." But I don't know. I have no idea it could be used for anything, because we've seen vacant lots that were once zoned for a school, and then the zoning gets changed a month later and it gets zoned for a Walmart, right? And people are like, "Oh, that was supposed to be a school, but now it's a Walmart." So it's your responsibility as the buyer.
We're in springtime now. This is when a lot of school districts redistrict. And so please be mindful of that. Just because the property is zoned for Adams Elementary School right now does not mean it will still be zoned for Adams Elementary School come next fall. School districts do redistrict, particularly when there's a lot of building going on. So know what's going to happen going down the road if the school is very important to you.
Perfect. All right. So, well, thanks again.
You're welcome.
All right. So that is the update for today, and hope to see you in another video. Thanks.